You may not even realize it, but I'm willing to bet that you've actually done active thinking before. But that being said, I'd also say that you passively think for the majority of your day, every single day. So, if you don't know what active thinking is, this is basically taking designated time to simply just think. Typically, right when we wake up, we're always on go mode. We're always looking to do something, to act on something. And when this happens every single day and you're not taking time to just think, oftentimes you're going to feel lost. You're not going to know what your purpose is. You're going to feel like every day is the same. And there's so many more things that are just not coming to your mind because you're not giving time to those thoughts. So my recommendation, and the thing that's helped me tremendously in my life, is to literally stare at your wall and think, or stare at your ceiling. In bed, at night, that's best time for me at least because everything's quiet. You could also do it early in the morning. But really, any time that you have that is free and quiet, take that time to be alone in your thoughts. And you don't need to feel like you need all of these research papers or evidence to answer these questions. These are questions that you can answer yourself. These are questions that you are simply asking and answering just on your own. So I'll walk you through just a couple of things that you could ask yourself. One being, what is my purpose to life? So if you're still confused on this idea, in simplified terms, you're basically asking yourself why over and over again until you come to the root cause or the root answer for your question. And so one of the questions I asked myself a couple of years ago was, what is my dream career? And from there, it again seems like a very hard question to answer, especially when you're younger because, you're not exposed to that many things, but I still wanted to get an answer for myself. So I said, well, obviously basketball. I've always been into basketball, love the sport, all that. So I want to be a professional athlete, right? Then I also want to make an impact to the world. So how can I do that? And I thought about YouTube, right? I can share my ideas. I can share how people can advance in their life. And then I also thought about, God and the role that he was playing in my life. This was answered in the later part of 8th grade, not completely at this stage. But from there, I basically was like, well, I could also teach about God on YouTube, and I could also just take designated time to learn about God myself and pray to God and gain a relationship with him. But what's important is you don't just leave it at that. You keep going, you keep asking yourselves questions. So then I asked myself, well, why do I want to do these things? That brought me to the answer of, well, these things are fun. They provide a living with, the income streams. They improve my health and overall well-being, all these different things. And then you ask yourself why again. You keep on going. I think you get the point with this. You keep going, asking yourself why. You do this 5 times, 6 times, even more, and you're going to see the root answer to your question. And you're also going to kind of have a layout as to how you are going to accomplish, in this instance, these dream careers of yours. I would also recommend that you should ask yourself questions that do have answers, or even have theories behind the possible answers. For example, gravity, you may ask yourself, well, why does that even exist? Obviously the higher the mass is, the higher the gravitational pull, but why is that? It's just good to further your knowledge on these things because these are things that do not come about in your normal life. You're not thinking about this when you're making a sandwich, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're walking the dog, right? These are questions that have complex answers, but it's important that you ask these to yourself because when you're just actively working and not actively thinking, every single day is going to start feeling the same, and you're not going to figure out what you want to fix in your life, what the root problems are of your life, what the solutions are to your life. All of these different things are answered by taking active time to just think with your thoughts. And I'll sum the video up with this quote that really shows why this is so effective. A good problem solver is also a good problem definer. If you cannot define your problems, how can you expect to be able to solve them? That is what this principle, that is what this designated time is going to do for you. You're going to identify and define the problems in your life. You're going to identify these questions, and then your knowledge is going to further. Your actions, your plans on how you can build up your future, that is going to skyrocket as well. So that's my recommendation to you. Take active time to think. Stare at your wall, stare at your ceiling, whatever you got to do to think just on your own, do that, and let me know how it goes just with 1 month of doing it. Make this a normal practice, and I guarantee you, you're going to see results. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.